What's up, everybody? I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk about a good matchup, I think. Dominic Thiem is going to have his work cut out for him against Lloyd Harris. And, I've just really been noticing this guy lately, and he's been playing some really good tennis. Played a great match against Stan Wawrinka the other week where he ended up winning that match. I think he won his next match after that. So, very stylish player. If you don't know anything about Lloyd Harris, look him up on YouTube, watch some of his points. He's really good. Dominic Thiem, as we know, is struggling so far this year. Looks like struggling with some confidence and some timing issues as they're playing on the hard court. I bet he cannot wait until the clay court season starts. Get back on his home turf and start racking up some victories and some confidence. But this is a big test for him. I think a disappointing week for him last week, and so lots of interesting things happening this week. Of course, I think the most disappointing thing is what's not happening, right? Is that Roger Federer played last week, and we wanted him to play again this week in Dubai. It just didn't happen. So big loss. Hopefully Federer is just being extra cautious. Let me know what you guys think about that. Is Fed being extra cautious and he's going to be okay maybe for the grass court season and after that? Or is it a big red flag that Federer came back, played a tournament last week, and then really didn't have to travel much to play this week? So, I mean, it would have been an easy, if he was feeling good, when you think about it logically, it would have been an easy transition to come and play this week. He even lost, early in the tournament to Bashvili, who ended up winning the tournament. Right now he's in a dogfight with Taylor Fritz. But what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about Fed? Is he going to be okay? So before we get into the matchup with Lloyd Harris and Dominic Thiem, I did want to just take a look at the tournament here, the Dubai Open, and see what you guys think about these matches. What matches are you excited about? Are you not excited about any of them? I was getting really excited about the tour, and then Fed came back, and I got super excited. And then once Fed's not on the tour, it's like, okay, I was so spoiled that start to not get as excited now that Fed's not in. But kind of pumping myself up because I know there's some really good tennis here. And so as we can see here, let's take a look. Again, Dominic Thiem, number one seed. We know he wants to continue to be highly ranked and get those number one seeds in tournaments like this, but he's going to have to start to win some matches. And Lloyd Harris has been hot lately, and you can see he had a really tough first match against Christopher O'Connell. Lost first set, super tight set, 7-5, but then look at that, 6-4, 6-1. So he's definitely match tough right now. I think the next thing that we are looking at, which the next thing we're kind of getting excited about here. Let me take a look. This is a good matchup right here. Nishikori versus Goffin, or Goffin. Is it Goffin? Goffin? How would you say it? Always confused on that, but they are right now in the first set, and I believe that Nishikori has the lead. Look at Denis Shapovalov, okay, number 3 seed. As we know, from match to match, you never know what you're going to get. Today, it looked like probably he was playing his A game and went out there, stomped Struff. Struff is a good player, 6-1, 6-3. I mean, that's a solid win right there. Gasquet, to me, looks like he's running out of gas. What do you guys think about this? He won his first match. Good job there. Goes down against Hurkacz, who is really another one of those players silently playing some great tennis. Played very, very strong in Rotterdam. Really good player. He ends up winning today 6-3, 6-4 over Gasquet. Gasquet just looks slower. He looks beat up out there. I think, this has got to be his last year, I think. Jeremy Chardy is kind of having a rebirth lately, maybe without the big three on the tour. A lot of these guys going, okay, this is my chance to rack up some wins. So they're playing a little more confidence. And look at this. This is a big win over de Minaur. de Minaur goes down in 3 tight sets. He wins first set 6-2, loses 6-3, and then 6-4. Big win. Jeremy Chardy is playing some great, great tennis right now. He's going to be tough to get out of this tournament, I'll tell you that. Karen Khachanov, he's showing some signs of life. I notice he's been winning some matches lately. 6-4, he won, then he lost 6-3, then a 7-6 win. Again, a guy with a lot of talent, big game. You're always expecting to see more. Not really that interested in that. Look at this. Daniel Evans gave a big show against Roger Federer. We all loved watching it. And this guy Karatsev, who is 27 years old. No one's ever heard of this guy until this year. Got to the semifinals of the Australian Open, then went to Dubai and took Dominic Thiem 3 sets to beat him. And now he has a big win here against the number 12 seed. I mean, this guy is he's like starting a career at 27 on the Pro Tour. Usually doesn't happen this way. I mean, obviously he hasn't been starting. He's been fighting hard. He's a journeyman, but really, nothing to speak of until this year. And he's getting all these amazing wins. And when you watch him play, he's really tough. He's a tough player. This, I think, Jannik Sinner, this is a guy that a lot of people have big hopes for. We're looking at his game. We're looking at his mentality. We're thinking, okay, looks like he's got the game. Looks like he's got the mentality to be groomed to be a champion. But we know how impatient we are with the next geners because they've been so disappointing. We're wondering, when is he going to step up, step out, and start winning tournaments, start beating the Tsitsipas's, the Medvedevs, and so on and so forth, and winning tournaments? Is it going to happen this year, next year, or never? That's the big question. Roberto Bautista Agut, coming off a big week in Dubai, is up 4-1, so he's keeping that momentum going. Right here, this again could be a big win here. Fucsovics, another one who's playing amazing tennis this year. We'll take a look at the live scores here in a second. He might be ready to close this one out. Lajovic is showing some signs of life. And right here, look at this. Basilashvili, what a tournament he had last week. What a tournament he had last week in Dubai. And Taylor Fritz and him look like they're going 3. Rublev, he almost had it too easy last week. I think maybe that hurt him to where he got I think his first 2 rounds, he got walkovers in, then he lost, but he's back this week, takes care of business, 6-4, 6-4, solid win there. Let's take a look at the live scores and see what's happening here. I'm just going to refresh my screen just to make sure that we're absolutely up to date on these live scores for you guys. So yeah, look at this. We got some really good battles going on right now. We got Taylor Fritz, where he lost the first set, won the second set 6-3. I mean, they're both playing some really good tennis this year. Really good tennis. You pretty much can just toss a coin on this one to see who's going to win. I would love to see my man Taylor Fritz win this match. He's got a big game, big heart. He's really trying hard this year. Love to see him do well. Look at Nishikori, been fighting back. He's fighting his way back in the tour and doing quite well. 5-2 against David Goffin, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good, as Larry David would say. Busta, as my buddy Matt likes to say, is down 5-2. He's on his way out the door to Fucsovics, who's really coming into his own this year. Bautista Agut, like we said, up 4-1. Sinner, big win. Catching. Okay, so these are all the matches we've already seen. I just want to make sure we're not missing anything. But right here, guys, you can see this match not yet being played, and I think this is a big match. I think it's going to do a lot for Dominic Thiem's confidence. It's either going to really hurt it or really make it, because Harris is the kind of guy that definitely you're going to have to play well to win. And I think Dominic Thiem, who's a real hard worker on the tour, does his homework, probably realizes that if he beats Harris, he's playing some pretty good tennis, and he also realized that he could be threatened by Harris in their match. So, I think that this is going to be a really good test. I think if Dominic can get through it, it's got to build him some confidence. He's got to go deep this week. I think if he wants to keep his points, if he wants to, keep his confidence going, keep contending for Grand Slam titles, which we know he wants to do. So let's see here. We got a question from the young whippersnapper. Hey, Pete, your thoughts on Federer skipping everything up until Madrid, I believe. And I hope he almost skips Madrid. Don't even want to see him play on the clay. Is he going to get enough competitive matches before Wimbledon? That's a great question. That is a great question. As we saw from Federer last week, we saw some good things and some bad things. We saw somebody who hasn't been played on the tour for 14 months, wins a very tight match against Evans, 7-5 in the third, showed a lot of his Fed brilliance, showed the drop shot, showed the backhand up the line, showed the big forehand, served really well. But he also struggled to return serve against Daniel Evans, who, let's face it, doesn't have big serve. Missed a lot of opportunities, and I think that that's one big thing that Federer struggles with, even when he's on the tour and playing well. A lot of times he can struggle to convert break points. He was struggling to convert his break points, and we had Fed Shank a lot going on. A lot, you know, so when I'm a big Fed fan, and I start to get really, really nervous when I watch Federer shank. So I think he does need more matches, right? Federer needs more matches if he's going to compete for Grand Slam titles. But we know very quickly they're going to go to the clay. And Federer right now feels he needs more time to train, that he's not, I guess, tournament ready, or maybe his body felt a little banged up to go in this week. I mean, a huge question mark on Federer. How is he feeling? You know, is he out because he feels like, you know, maybe his wind isn't there? He said he was very tired against Daniel Evans. Maybe he feels like his knee's okay, but he hasn't had enough hard work to where he can't recover in matches. Like, I'm talking about within the match, not even in between matches. But he was, you know, he's going to have to win 3 out of 5 sets to win a Grand Slam, right? And he was very tired after one match in the third set. Now, granted, it was a really tight match, a very competitive match, but you never really hear Federer talk about, oh, I was very tired towards the end and my opponent had a lot more in the tank. Direct quote. So is he just training to get his wind back, to get better cardio, to get to another level of fitness that he felt that he doesn't have? Or is he really trying to protect and baby the body and hope that maybe he's ready for Wimbledon? I don't know. Concerned about that. All right, let me just give you my pick before we go here. I think that Dominic, it's going to be all about his return of serve and his ability to get into points. I think Dominic right now is struggling on the tour to get into points and return serve. It seems like when you watch Medvedev and Nadal stand by the back of the fence, it actually helps the return of serve. They stand way back. They get a lot of balls back in play, and they, you know, they get in the point and they do great on return of serves. Dominic tries to get that extra time back there, but it ends up hurting him. He ends up not getting a lot of balls back in play. It seems like his opponents are able to get angles, and this guy Harris has a nice spin serve. He can really get Dominic moving off the court if Dominic's staying way back by the fence, and he just doesn't seem to be able to get from defense to offense. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like Medvedev and Nadal, like they can be back by the fence, hit a return, and then the very next shot they're on offense, where looks like Dominic struggles to stay in points and get in points by returning way back there on the hard court. And it seems like when he goes to play in close, he's not very good at returning serve close in on a hard court either. He obviously did it at the U.S. Open, but I'm just saying since then. So I think that it's going to be a tough match for him. And whoever wins, this is my pick. I'm not picking an actual winner. Whoever wins the first set is going to win the match, because I feel like if Dominic wins the first set, he's going to get confident and roll. And if he doesn't win the first set, I feel like his confidence very fragile right now at the moment. Has to be. So whoever wins that first set in the Dominic Thiem match is going to win that match. That's my prediction. Enjoy the Dubai Open. I know it's not near as exciting. Like when we had Federer, when I was here talking about Federer, we had over couple hundred people on the live stream. Well, it'll be interesting to see how many people watch the replay. But this is Dominic Thiem, the #1 seed. Think about this. The #1 seed. It doesn't matter who Federer is playing. If I would have said Federer playing anybody, we would have had a lot of people on this live stream. Dominic Thiem, #1 seed in the tournament, and not many people are listening in right now. So it goes to show how much the tour, you know, trickles down to everybody. You know, Federer, Nadal, Djokovic. But I even would just even go Federer, Nadal. I mean, Djokovic, I believe, is the greatest of all time. But I think that even people are not, I hate to say this, people are not even that interested in what Djokovic is doing near as much as Nadal and Federer. So it's kind of crazy. No Federer, thumbs down. Yeah, so JRR says if there's no Federer, thumbs down. We don't care. So, yeah, it kind of shows. So Federer, if you're listening out there, you really have to get in shape, and you have to play till you're like 60 years old until there's maybe another like super Fed like you that we all love. But we certainly don't know what we're going to do without you, Fed. We don't know. We just don't know what to do. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this, and we'll see you all in the next video.